What's going on, everyone? Moose Air Guns of Michigan, and today I am joined by none other than Moist One. Mr. Andrew is in the house. What's going on, Andrew?
Another day in paradise. Made it to Friday, man.
Another day in paradise. That's right. Tomorrow's Saturday. I was actually going to take a trip up to High Pressure Pneumatics, and I'm going to wait until next Saturday. I ordered a new Hawk scope for my BSA, and I'm really super excited about that son of a gun. I was going to go with an Air Max originally, and then I decided to upgrade it and go with the Sidewinder. So I bought the Sidewinder 4-16 by 50 side focus. Yeah, it's going to be a nice piece of glass, that's for sure. But I couldn't bring myself to not put an English-made scope on an English-made gun. I just think it's cool to keep it all in its heritage and and just be good with it. So
you created some synergy.
Synergy.
Corporate America's favorite word, synergy.
Right, exactly. Now I'm trying to figure out why we're not actually live right now. We should be live. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I didn't refresh my screen. Let me just check my phone. Oh yeah, we're live. Of course, it's titled test, which is not right, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about changing that right now. We are definitely live, though.
Yep, I see it.
Oh, there we go. Joe Nolan says, yes, you are live. I made it, Moose. Right on. Well, we're going to give it a few minutes here.
Right. Aren't you giving something away tonight, man?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Giving away that Cattleman T1 in 25 caliber, and Mr. Wong, he's actually entered in this. So I did go out and download a random number generator for my phone, so you guys will see it live. I'll actually hold it up on my phone and, show everybody what number. And then I was going to go through and, create a spreadsheet and, have all the entries and everything. But there's 118 of them. And I'm like, screw that noise, man. I'm just going to randomly draw the number, and then I'm going to search through the emails because, like I said, you don't have to be present to win anyway. Exactly. So we should have an answer tonight. I'll be able to rule out a lot of people, but my volume is a little garbled.
Wonder if it's the music in the background.
It might be the music. There we go. I turned the music off.
A little better, G-Man?
Is that better? So it is kind of cool actually having somebody else in the live, and I want to thank Andrew for stepping up tonight and joining us. And I'm going to try to talk him into doing this a couple times a week, or at least maybe once a week. And Jeff, I'll pick it up tomorrow. Don't worry about me.
There you go.
Well, hey, listen, I wish everybody good luck in this, And, one thing I really want to drive home again, guys, is that, I left the scope on it. So it's going to come with a scope and, and then the whole Cattleman's thing. And while Cattleman's donated the gun, I'm still paying for shipping and I'm still paying for the scope. So, next month, or actually May or June, we might do a June drawing, but I've been talking with the Cellcon, and they are going to donate a gun to give away in June. So if you guys followed along with my Cellcon stuff, and let me tell you, those are legitimate guns, man. They are wicked cool guns.
Didn't Rick get his hands on one of them too?
They are regulated.
Or Rick, didn't Shooter get one?
Yep.
Rick? Yeah.
Yep. Shooter 1721 got one, and even me and him conversed on the side, and I asked him what his thoughts were, and he said verbatim what I said, that they are legitimate guns. They're a little heavy, but they're legit, and I mean they shoot great. they really do shoot great. And they've also got a moderator out now, so I'm going to probably ask for a moderator, and we'll probably throw a scope on that one too.
Then Cattleman come out with some moderators I saw. I think I saw it on Bullfrog's channel.
Yep, Cattleman came out with a moderator. I do not have one, and it is what it is. So the drawing is tonight on the live stream. Yep, I've actually got a random number generator on my phone. I'm going to show it to you guys live as I randomly generate a number between 1 and 5,000. And somebody is going to win. It's going to take me a few minutes after we draw the number to figure out who won, but we should have an answer tonight.
Oh, yeah, there it is, the covert. That's what they're calling that thing.
The covert.
Yes.
So, yep, I don't have one, and I don't really need one, but I've only got 3 Cattleman guns left that are mine personally. So, yeah.
I've got a nice little collection of red tubes. I'll just say it that way.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, in all honesty, I mean, for $100, I'm going to be buying a Donnie FL Tanto before I buy a Cattleman, or I'm going to buy a 0DB compact before I buy a Cattleman. But that's just my thought.
Yeah, did you see Eagle Vision? They're coming out with theirs.
Eagle Vision is coming out with one. Matter of fact, I have a cart right now set up with Eagle Vision because I'm going to buy one of their lenses for my GoPro Hero 7.
Yeah.
Because I'm also going to be buying a GoPro side shot as well. I have the phone mount side shot, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The only issue that I have is transferring the data from the phone to the computer is just really slow. It's nowhere near as quick as just taking an SD card out of my GoPro and throwing it in my computer. So I just want it to be a little bit quicker, and for 200 and something bucks, might as well just go ahead and do it. So
yeah, $50 to get an extra scope adapter, so might as well just go all the way and get a whole nother setup, man.
Right. Exactly. And that's the other thing too, is that Bobby Moorhead, we'll answer a couple questions. Tim says, Moose, what do you think of Cattleman guns? They're decent guns. They are very inaccurate for the money. That's what I'm going to say. Are they capable of hunting? Yes. Are they inaccurate? Yes. But I've heard a couple of different things, and then that one guy just released a video on the magazines clipping the heads of the pellets, which I suppose is absolutely true. I've never actually looked at one of my pellets being shoved through there, and I'm going to test them because maybe that is what the only issue is. And if that's the case, then Cattleman needs to step up and fix their magazines before shipping them out, because as consumers, I don't feel like we should have to deal with that stuff. Not for that kind of money. So Bobby Moorhead says, what is the top moderator in my opinion? 0DB, hands down. I like Donnie FL as well. Donnie makes some great moderators. I don't have any issues with the Donnie FLs that I have. And you can see Andrew stacking up Donnies right now. But me personally, for the money, I'm starting to really enjoy the 0DBs. It's really personal preference. I mean, a Donnie is going to be just as quiet as a 0DB. I just like the aesthetic look of the 0DB a little bit more than I like the Donnie FL plain look.
Yeah, that's why I like the Koi. That thing, you put it on an FX, it looks like it's part of the barrel. They're nice, quiet, and they're light, super light. So,
Yep. And like I said, I mean, for me, it boils down to the only reason that I would choose a 0DB over a Donnie is because of aesthetically, I think it looks more pleasing on the gun. But that's the only reason. Donnie makes some great moderators.
I love the Sumo. Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorite all-around ones that he makes is the Sumo.
Yeah, I thought about getting one for. Well, I thought about getting a couple of different Donnies more. I've got 4 right now. I've got 2 Tatsus, a Tonto, and a Sumo.
Yeah.
And I like all of those just as equally.
You got to step up and got to get a Ronin now.
I know, right? I need a gun to put a Ronin on.
Put the brick on the end of it.
Well, my Texan's an LSS, so I don't even need an Emperor.
No, that thing's good to go, man. I saw one of those up the other day, and I was like, I was tempted.
It took me a long time to come to terms with the fact that I liked Air Force air guns, just because I thought they were really plain and single load. It's like, man, I mean, but now that I own one, shut the front door, man. They are wicked cool guns.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually thinking about getting another one. Joe Nolan says, get you a new FX. I have an M3 on its way. I'm just waiting in the mail like everybody else. Or not like everybody else, but like a few other people. So, but I am thinking about getting another Texan. I'm thinking about maybe 357.
Ooh.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I have a few other guns that I want to buy, including I still want a Day State. I tried to get away from it. I tried to play it off like I don't really need a Day State, but I do. I do need a Day State.
I'm with Joe. You need 2 that matching pair of them.
Right. I agree. I agree. And not only is an M3 coming, but I want another MK2. And me and Andrew were just talking about it because I've got my MK2 that's my 30 cal, but it's originally a 35 cal. And I'd like to put the 35 cal barrel back on it. And then my M3 is a sniper 30 caliber. And I want one that I can swap from 177 to 22 to 25 and maybe even an extra 30 because I will have an extra 30 caliber barrel. So, just my everyday play around, Yeah. Air guns and air pressing, man. Thanks, man. It's good to see me live as well. So what's everybody up to, man? Nathan, exactly. I'm still waiting for the MK1 to go down in price too. And actually, Andrew and I were just talking about there's a guy on AGN that's got that Impact X, and he just wants a little bit more money than honestly it's worth, because for the kind of money that he's asking, you could buy an MK2. And, it is what it is. Well, actually, you can buy an MK2X. So, like mine is a MK2X.
Oh, I didn't show you what I got today.
What'd you get today?
Oh,
you got some more Crawford Lip stuff. Oh, is it KLS too?
It's his V2 cheek riser with the quick release on it.
I've got one. One. Mine?
No, I've been waiting for this thing.
Oh, me too. And actually, I have a KLS 2 coming for my. So there's what a 0 dB looks like on the end of a 30 cal barrel. So just for you guys when we were talking about the moderators, but yeah, I've got the cheek riser and the KLS 2. So and it works really, really well, along with one of these that Andrew needs right here. Andrew, you're gonna need one of these too. Your angled fill probe adapter.
Oh yeah. Oh man, here's my other collection of KLSs. Brand new. I haven't even put this one on gun yet.
I've still got one laying over there that's waiting on my M3.
Yeah. Gotta be ready.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty stoked to get this guy in. No, I don't gotta feel like my stock's up on my cheek.
Tim says, I found out what FX stands for. Freaking expensive. Yeah, they are.
Right.
Honestly, it's almost just as cheap to be into powder burners because the cost of the guns is usually a little bit less, and the cost of ammo offsets the cost of buying an air gun. So, I mean, the initial cost, once you're over it, but
Ooh, SK19 in 30.
Bobby, nice gun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Got some ammo.
That's exactly why I had an opportunity. Tom at High Pressure Pneumatics asked me if I wanted one, and I was like, oh, man. The only issue I run into is that 30 cal is what I shoot in competition. So how fast do you want to go through 30 caliber ammo? Because it's not cheap. It's not as bad as buying 35 caliber ammo, but it's still just as bad. It's the other reason that I haven't bought a Blitz in 30 caliber. Like, I think if I was going to buy a Blitz, I'd probably buy it in 25, just because the whole idea behind those fully automatic guns is to have fun. I mean, you're not going to take it out to the bench rest. It's not practical. But yeah, no, I agree, man. Dude, listen, I'm going to have to live vicariously through you for that, because I just can't go through 30 cal ammo like that. It's as much as I want. I just bought 15 tins of 30 cal ammo, so I've got just about 30 tins of 30 cal. And every time I put one in, I still have a full box of Hades that I haven't even shot one.
For 30?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I bought a whole box when Tom first got them in. I bought just the box itself. But like I said, I haven't even done it or shot any of them yet. Just because I don't know, like, I'm afraid that if I go through them that I'm not going to have anything to fall back on. So, like, yeah. I'm really into it.
You got to save them for squirrel season, man. That's what I'm going to tell you. Like,
exactly. And I'm going to need another compact for squirrel season so I can actually utilize them. But
all of those things make some holes. I'll just say it that way. They make some big holes.
Right. Michael Love, we have not drawn yet. So ever since my Cattleman, I've been buying slugs from NSA. Well, welcome to the club. We've been buying that for a long time, man. They are great rounds.
Yep. Oh yeah. NSA is about it.
Yep. That's pretty much the only slug that I shoot as far as, small bore.
Yeah.
Big bores, I get into some other stuff too, but yep. For thin crust mega meat lovers, help me, bro. I agree. Lou.
Oof.
Round of pizzas for everybody. Andrew's buying.
Yeah. It'll be right over. Under 30 minutes or it's free.
Right. 30 minutes or it's free. You might as well just stuff that in a flat rate box and ship it out.
Exactly. Yeah, Bobby, 30 is impossible. A lot of ammo is impossible to find right now. Like, you just can't find it. I scoped up 10 tins of 30. I think I had a couple tins already. I'm down to like 9 left now. So it's getting tight. Stalking a lot of places. Wait until they come in stock.
Yep. I'll buy more next week when I go up to our store. But you know what else is getting really hard to come by, and it's kind of surprising. So for those of you guys that remember, I actually have a model 114 Crosman that I picked up from an auction house, and it's in 22 caliber, and it's a CO2 powered rifle from 1955. So it takes a special adapter to be able to put CO2 into it. So I went out, I bought myself a 20 ounce, CO2 bottle. I called every paintball shop in the freaking country, and nobody's got CO2 right now. And you call the gas companies that actually sell the CO2 to these guys, and they're like, no, we don't fill them. And I'm like, Like I feel like maybe I should just go buy myself a big tank and just be done.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know? So
hey, Oscar haven't drawn yet, man.
no, haven't drawn yet. Need to replace the backs of a couple of your magazines. You talking about for the Cattlemans? Just reach out to Victoria and order a couple more. But unless he's talking about a different gun. All right, so I suppose we got enough people in here. We can randomly generate a number here. So as you guys can see in there, I have a random number generator between 1 and 5,000. We're going to reach up, try to hit this generate button. And there's our number. What does it say? 1933?
1933.
1933 is the number. So let's go in here and... Ooh. This guy's got 1974. Let's see. $1979. Nope, he was too far out. It's going to take me a minute to go through these guys, so Andrew, you can keep up with this.
Oh. Wait, which Woodstock we talking about here?
So 1974 so far.
You know, we should really teach you some spreadsheeting there, man.
Yeah, there's a 1975. He's too far past.
Yeah.
Oh, here's 1973, same year I was born. So we got a closer winner now. 1973. All right, on to the next ones.
Tim, what Woodstock are you waiting for? Yeah, you should have, Joe.
Oh, 1964. That's the closest one so far. Let's see here. Oh, G-Man, you were way out. Sorry.
It's close.
Ooh, 1946. Whew. That's our new leader right there.
Oh, that's right, Joe. Oh, I got a buddy that just ordered the Woodstock Avenger.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a nice looking gun.
Mm-hmm. They put a proper pick rail on the front of that thing, amount of bipod. Not a bad looking air gun. I'll say it that way. I don't know. That's my pick for hard to beat under $500 right there for those Avengers.
All right, we have a winner. And the winner is Eugene McCafferty. Ah, excellent.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the was made out of G-Man on the Avenger. Yeah,
All right.
they stay.
All right. So I went ahead and emailed Eugene. He was our winner. Now, I just want to say this as well, that I did have a few people from overseas get involved in this, and they didn't read the instructions correctly. So if this gentleman happens to be overseas, I'm going to default it back, and I'm going to keep the same number of 1933, and we're going to re-roll, or not re-roll, but I'll pick the next closest winner. So as of right now, Eugene McCafferty is our official winner of the Cattleman gun, and he will be receiving that once I get his address, and the mail goes ahead and sends it out. So you've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. Oh, wait. That's Restream saying that.
Pat yourself on the back for that one.
Right. Yep. So, like I said, so Eugene is going to win the Cattleman gun. He's going to win the CV Life scope that's already on it. He's Mike Love. I have a 20-pound full bottle of CO2. Might let it go. Well, if you want to send it to me, man, I would appreciate it. Let me know if you need my address. And he's also going to receive some whole targets as well. So, yep. Congratulations, Eugene. You are our winner. And, yeah, it's funny, too, because I look at the Avenger and I think, man, that is a nice gun. I have not shot one. Oh, I think maybe I did. Can't remember if I shot Jeff's or not. I think I might have looked through it. But either way, I would have a hard time saying that I would choose an Avenger over a Marauder. But I've never felt the trigger on an Avenger, so I'd have to play with the trigger on the Avenger to see if it's quite as nice as the Marauder. But who knows? Dude, the way that these guys are coming out with air guns, especially that Avenger, I agree, man. It's a game changer, dude. It really did. It took the $500 to $1,000 gun and made it $300. And,
Pretty much.
And I mean, good for them. Good for them for doing it. So, yep. Jeff says, nope, you have not pulled the trigger. So yeah, I've never even shot an Avenger.
Yeah,
got one, and I do like the wood stock on them. But like I said, the next giveaway we're going to be doing is either going to be the end of May or the end of June, probably the end of June, and it will be for a Cellcon. I don't know which gun yet, but they are sending me another Cellcon. The owner wanted to make sure that for all of my work that they basically gave me another one. So I got to pick one. I think I picked the MX-8. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I grabbed. I can't remember now. I'm still waiting on it to get here from overseas. So they come across on the boat. It takes a while.
Yeah.
So, but, yep. Lou, pizza's on you tonight, buddy. Let's have a pizza party. I'll go ahead and call it in right now. But, yeah, so congratulations again to our winner, man. It's always nice to be able to give away an air gun. Hopefully this guy, is somebody that's new to this and,
I mean, if we see it end up on AGN, we know what's up.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing them. As a matter of fact, around Christmas time, it is my plan to give away an FX air gun around Christmas time. So I don't know which one yet. I don't think it matters. I mean, if you're giving away an FX, you're giving away an FX. So don't know what caliber yet. I've got an idea. It probably will be a Dreamline, just because it'll keep the cost down for me. Because once again, most of these things aren't always given to me. So with the FX, I mean, it'll be something that I'll be coming out of pocket for. So, and I just do it because it's fun, and I wish more people did stuff like this. But yeah,
I mean, you're on a dozen impacts at that time, man.
Well, that's probably true. That's probably true. And so will Andrew. So maybe me and Andrew will pitch in together and give away an impact, because Andrew doesn't need as many as he thinks he does. Or maybe I'll give away the impact and Andrew will give away his Arkin optics.
Oh yeah. This thing's not even.
You don't even have it mounted on a gun.
I switch right now. I switch.
Are you waiting for the M3? Dude, that is a gorgeous scope, man. I want it so bad.
This will be the M3 for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. That thing is a beast. Dude, it looks like it can pound nails and still hold a 0.
Mm-hmm. So, they finally came out with their little, their flip caps. So,
ooh.
Yep. That's nice.
That is nice. Did you get those directly from Arkin?
Yeah. It was only like $30-$35, something like that. So not too bad for a set of 2.
Right on. Yeah. That's the one thing about the Sidewinder that kind of pissed me off. Is if you buy an Air Max, a Hawk Air Max, it comes with metal flip lids.
Oh yeah.
When you buy the Sidewinder, it comes with the bikini.
Bikinis?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the frick? Like, how come it doesn't have the metal flip caps like all the other guns? I don't know.
Those things are useless.
I don't know.
Absolutely useless. If they're gonna give a bikini, they should at least give you the actual scope cover. Like my ATN came with a super nice, like actual zippered cover you can throw on that thing. Yep.
Yeah, I still want to get an ATN.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me rip it off the. Oh, hold on.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah. So this guy. I got the butlers on this one.
The butlers.
They're ugly, but they work, man.
They do. Hey, anything to keep the glass in good shape, man. I agree.
Exactly. So, I don't know. With all the problems people said they've had with ATNs, I'll be upfront with you, and I've told you, I've had 0 with mine. 0. I think it's froze up once on me. That's it.
Honestly, I think a lot of it is user error.
Yeah.
I think that, it takes a little bit of, knowledge.
Well, you gotta
reading.
Update them, and once you learn the menu system, all that stuff, they're not too bad, but I know the initial ones, they had a little problem with them.
Right. I did decide that I am going to buy a lab radar as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's like way out there wish list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tim. My 25 Avenger. That thing was just a send it. That's all I gotta say. Send it. Yep. G-Man. I'll say nighttime pesting. Yes. Yeah. And it's a good integrated way if you do daytime as well to capture, some of those shots.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I've got the 5 through 20. So for mine, I don't have the issues with the daylight washing out. So if you get the 3 through 14, you actually want to buy like one of the Butler Crete front objective covers, and you drill a little hole through it for the daylight. Then it brings back the depth and the color on the 3 through 14, but on the 5 through 20, the sensor's good, and you don't need it for that. So it works great in the daytime too.
Right on.
Yeah.
Man, there's something else I was going to say too. Now I can't remember what the hell I was going to talk about. Huh. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Something about an air gun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was about an air gun. What was I going to say, though? I have no idea. None. Beautiful cup, buddy. Beautiful cup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that. Well,
Yeah. Air Guns of Michigan on there. And if anybody's looking for those tumblers, they are readily available. We do have those for sale. So they will keep your drinks cold or hot.
fit 2 beers in it and drink through a straw.
Not a matter of drinking beer through a straw. Cuts down the chance of alcohol abuse if you spill it.
There you go.
Yep. The Gauntlet 25. Yeah, I still love my Gauntlet 25. I haven't shot it in freaking, I couldn't even tell you the last time I shot it. But, you know.
Yeah, G-Man, around $700-800. I'll tell you, if you want to pick one up, look on Amazon and look at the warehouse. Because sometimes you'll see them.
I'll tell you this, too. Here's a little known secret. If you go to atn.com and you do a search for refurbs, they actually sell refurbs as well, and I think they're $629 for the 5x20 right now as a refurb. So it's how I plan on buying mine.
Not a bad deal.
Nope.
Then, get that. Recommend you get their one-piece mount, which kind of stinks because it's $100 and they didn't size a lot of the screws right. So what I mean by that, they used too small of a screw. They should have stepped up one size, and the threading, because you got to be real careful when you mount them on the ATN mounts. The other option, which they're hard to find right now too, those Eagle Vision one-piecers, they actually work for the ATN because you can't use a normal one-piece mount on the ATN. You got to have something because it's like something like 3.5 inches through the control panel, and a lot of those one-piece mounts are only about 2.5 to 3 inches long. So the Eagle Vision one would work, and would work real well on it too.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, man, honestly, like Eagle Vision mounts is where it's at for me. That's what I use. Ever since I switched from the FX No Limits to the Eagle Vision adjustable mounts, the only thing that I'm going to do different is I am going to put sports match rings on my BSA. Once again, because they're made in England. So are Eagle Vision, but the problem with Eagle Vision is that they don't make a dovetail mount. So you actually have to buy the adapters like Andrew sent me to like put underneath, and to me that's just not solid enough. Yeah. Just not
for your target rifle.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
The ranging, the laser, the ABL thing they have, that thing's pretty sweet. I don't have mine mounted right now. I've got the ABL for the ATN, but unless I have like an actual reason to use it, I generally just leave it off because it weighs too much for just normal use. But I'll tell you,
if it was on,
it's handy as hell.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the ATNs are wicked cool. But Bob Fisher says he got his 1377, got her sighted in, and good little shooter. Yeah, for sure, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got 1377 and the 1322 myself, and man, I'll tell you what, I love them. I just wish that I had about $600 extra to do all the upgrades on both of them, because it's not cheap, especially when you start buying the brass parts.
Yeah,
I love the brass. I just think it looks cool as hell, but it's
no, you
there's another guy out there that does stainless steel ones as well. What's that?
I said you'd end up with a 24-inch barrel on yours.
No, I decided that 14 is about as big as I would go. So the stock ones are 10, so you figure 14. It's only 4 inches longer. Don't really have to worry about bending the barrel on that one, but anything more than that, and I mean, you got to be really careful with it. You definitely got to put them in a hard case. I wouldn't want to carry one around in a soft case where it could potentially get banged up. But I I did actually mount my BSA into its hard case today, and I'm pretty stoked about that. It looks awesome in the case. Let me see if I got a picture of it. Nope. Nope. Don't have a picture of it. Oh yeah, I do.
Oscar. Yeah, I love my 1377. That thing's so much fun. Oh, they're just fun.
Oh, without a doubt. And accurate as frick.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
the ATNs weigh a lot, I'll tell you that. I think it's like a 2-pound plus scope. You put all the extra junk on it and you'll know you've got a brick mounted on your rifle.
Yeah, there you go. There's a picture of my BSA and its new hard case.
Oh, nice. Is that the one that came with it, or where'd you pick that up?
The BSA?
No, the hard case.
Tom, High Pressure Pneumatics. He's got these cases in, so they're in 2 different lengths. One is a long one, which I have my Texan in, and then I picked up the shorter one to put my BSA in, and I'm actually thinking about picking up another long one. I want to take my impacts, or one of my impacts, up there and see if I could lay 2 impacts in one of the long big cases. So one case could carry 2 guns. So be like 800 pounds to carry, but if you're doing bench shooting and you want your backup gun, then one case is better than 2. So
yeah, I picked up one of those Harbor Freight giant lockable ones when Black Friday sale for $100. Like,
right.
Take it. $100.
That's how I paid for those, and they got the big, huge locks on them, and
so pick and pull foam, all that.
Let's see if I'm still winning. See if I'm still winning my. I am. I'm still the highest bidder on the Benjamin Blue Street.
Oh, the Sheridan.
Yeah. And it doesn't even work.
So bad. Oh.
It doesn't even work. I got $165 bid in right now, and it doesn't even work.
Oh.
But it is a 1968 20 caliber Blue Streak, and the locking mechanism works. It just doesn't hold air. So to me, it just means it needs to be resealed. And I figure worst case scenario, I'll go ahead and send it down to Donnie or Donnie at Baker Air Guns and just have them go through it and make it work. And who cares?
Oh yeah.
I really want I had a Silver Streak, and I actually learned on a Blue Streak to really be a good shooter. And at least that's where I started my shooting when I was younger. And ever since then, I've just been like, dude, I need another one, to put back in my collection, because I want to be able to hand it down to my son. And I figured 1968, I mean, that's 52 years old, 53 years old. So, you got a 53-year-old gun, that, your son can hand down to his son. And, they'll still keep working as long as you can buy 20 caliber pellets.
Well, they don't make them like that anymore, man. So those things,
they're accurate as fuck too, man. They really are accurate. So, I figured whatever, man, I'm just gonna, I think I bid up to like $185, which is way more than what it's worth in non-shooting condition. But, they want $400 or $500 for shooting ones. So well, I mean, it is what it is, but nonetheless, I figured, hey, if I got to buy 20 cal pellets, I got to buy 20 cal pellets.
And you got a guy for that too.
It's the only caliber between that and 50 that I don't own. So, So, and then not only that, but if any of you guys saw my latest YouTube release, oh my Lord, I watched a guy today who just put out a video, and some of you have probably seen it. As a matter of fact, I know some of you have seen it, where he actually makes a comment. He's trying to teach people like how to buy air guns if they're first-time buyers. And he's like, you should know what you want to do with it, and blah, 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 and this and that. It was kind of lame, but whatever. But then he got to a point and he said, Well, if you don't have a place in your own yard to shoot and you don't have somebody else's yard that you can go shoot in, then what you should do is become an entrepreneur. And I went, what? And he goes, this is what then he says this. He goes, go and make up a flyer that you'll come and pest people's critters for free and go pass them out to all your neighbors. And I'm thinking, so you don't have anywhere to shoot your own gun. You don't know what your gun's capable of, but yet you think it's a great idea to send him into somebody's barn or out into their backyard. And let me tell you something, just like I said in the video, this is not the gun that you want to shove up in the air and pop a freaking squirrel out of a tree with. This is a 30 caliber gun that's very capable of injuring somebody at a very great distance. And let me tell you, I would never point that 30 cal up into a tree for a squirrel. Not at the velocities that it has right now. And I would certainly never do that with a slug. That's just you're asking to hurt somebody or to damage some property. And let me tell you, the laws don't distinguish between that and a firearm. If you pull the trigger and that projectile comes out of the end of that gun, you're responsible for it. And if you drop it, 800 yards away into somebody's backyard and it plops their little kid dead or in the arm or in the foot or in the leg, you're still going to jail and it's still a felony. So, and I mean, to just tell somebody like, look, if you don't have anywhere to shoot, just go randomly ask people if you can go kill shit at their house.
Right.
Like, what kind of dumb thing to say is that?
Go find a game management area and go set up out there and just
exactly
paper out there.
Here in Michigan, we can go to state property.
Yep.
And we can set up targets as long as we're not shooting at trees. We can go set up targets on state land and shoot all day long. Yeah. There's no rule against it.
Yeah, Minnesota, the forest, state forest, you're allowed to do that, and then same with the game management areas, as long as they're not a firearm restriction in that particular GMA. Yep. Yeah, because some around where I'm at, they're like they are literally you're butted up against residential. So yeah, they don't allow actual like firearms.
Exactly. But I mean, if I'm going to shoot something out of a tree or I'm going to shoot something, somewhere else, then I'm going to lower the caliber for one, and I'm going to lower the power. I'm not going to shoot a slug out of a 22 caliber anything at 1,000 feet a second or even over 900 up into the air if I'm in a residential area. I'm going to crank the power way the frick down. I'm going to shoot a 177, or I'm going to grab my 1377 or my 1322, and I'm going to put 5 pumps in it, and I'm going to pop a squirrel. So, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's when my 1377's got a few squirrels on its belt.
Yep. Oh, hold on a second. So, it's just crazy, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Either way, I just hope that people aren't that dumb that they would go out and do something as idiotic as that and hurt somebody.
Oh yeah,
right, exactly. Yeah. Airgun Evolution, Steve, man. Yeah, he absolutely uses a pumper in the barns.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. Even a brake barrel, even some of these Magnum brake barrels, you don't want to shoot those inside of a barn because they'll go right through the roof. And that's the other thing too, is that even if you don't hurt somebody, if you damage the homeowner's property, they could still sue you. They're not expecting that you're going to show up there and then put holes in their barn. And now they got to try to repair that. They expect that you're going to be doing whatever and not causing damage, that you're just eradicating the pest problem. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a clue what you're doing, well, then it is what it is. But whatever.
Renegade. Never tuned one of those up or had a chance to shoot one, Peter.
Yeah, Daystate Renegade with regulator. What slugs can this gun shoot? You know what, Peter? That's one of those questions, man. That honestly, like asking people what the best pellet is like one of those questions that it's just too hard to answer. I mean, it's one of those things that honestly, if you have a Daystate Renegade, and let's just say it's 22 caliber, because I don't know which caliber you have. Go buy yourself a Nielsen sampler packet of 22 caliber pellet or slugs and try them all. Then once you figure out which one shoots the best at the best velocity for you, then now go and invest in slugs.
If I remember right, too, this guy's got the actual sample packs, right?
Yep. High pressure pneumatics. www.myhighpressureair.com. And you can call them direct and ask about the sample packs.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard to say, Peter, and a lot of it's because some barrels, especially when it comes to slugs, I mean, you could have the same rifle side by side, and due to just a small manufacturing variance, one's going to love a certain slug, and the exact same model is going to hate that same exact slug.
No, for sure. I mean, even having 2 impacts, or now 3, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
One impact might really prefer JSBs over FX pellets.
Mm-hmm.
The other one likes FX over JSBs. I mean, it's not all barrels. Listen, barrels are not created equally. They just aren't. It doesn't matter how precisely they're made. One's just not going to. I mean, you might find 2 that do like the same ammo, but the chances of them not liking the same ammo is higher than them liking the same ammo, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it, Peter. I mean, yeah, usually, I would say probably for a 25 cal, start with like the 26 grain, kind of work your way up, a couple of what is the next step up for them, like 29 grain. Once you get into the 30 grain, though, you almost need to have some sort of dedicated slug gun at that point.
Right. Yeah. And another thing that's going to really affect that is whether or not your barrel's choked. So the bigger the slug in a choked barrel, the worse it's going to perform when you start getting into the bigger slugs, because there's more lead to crunch down at that choke. So a lighter slug is going to be a better option for you over a heavier one. So
yeah,
that's a great little tool that you made there, by the way.
Oh, you like this guy?
Yeah, I love that. That was excellent working.
It works great. No droop.
No. Hooks right onto the Picatinny on the bottom, right?
Side, actually.
Or on the side.
Side. And then, whatever position I want this in. Normally, honestly, it works fine just hanging down right next to it. Just off to the races we go. So, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and commission you to make me one of those.
Yeah, it's not that hard, man. So
that's what I'm saying. It's just easier for you to do it than it is for me to do it.
Oh, yeah. We can get you hooked up.
You've already done it.
Make sure that guy doesn't fall down there. Oh. I mean, I'm even being good. I'm watching my potty mouth here tonight. And you're welcome, Peter, by the way.
Yep. So what do you guys think, man? Is everybody pretty cool with the YouTube Live? Everybody like this? Should we just switch over to YouTube Live and be done with Instagram? Or what do you guys think? I mean, I kind of dig the YouTube Live, and honestly, it's just as easy to bring people in. I mean, all I had to do is email Andrew a link, and we can have like up to like 5 people live at the same time, which is kind of cool, and it's free to use. So, Andrew. Yep.
I'll leave my normal Instagram comments aside there, you know.
Right.
Keep it clean for YouTube.
Nathan says he's never on Instagram. Yeah, it's just it's hard. I mean, being a content creator, it's nice to be able to utilize all of them. But I agree. I like the YouTube Live. I just think that it's I don't know. It's smooth.
Cyclops Joe in the house.
Cyclops Joe, what's going on, my brother? Thanks for joining us, man. Love
right,
that dude.
Good.
Put the Arkin away. Put it away.
I don't know. I think I'm going to put my name on the list for another one, man.
You know, I want one so bad. I just don't know.
And yes, Brandy, that's your tumbler that
exactly.
you made.
And once again, if anybody's interested in one of those tumblers, my wife, Brandy Silver, is in here, and she's the creator of these fine tumblers. Keeps your hot and your beer cold. Andrew likes to drink his beer through a straw.
Or the whiskey diets.
Right.
There you go.
ATN scope. Man, Joe, you missed it. We were just talking about ATN for quite a while there.
Mm-hmm.
So sooner or later, I'll end up with an ATN.
Yeah.
Sooner or later. I have to buy an Arkin first. I still got to find an Arkin. I know a guy with an Arkin, but I'm sure he's not willing to sell it. Are you, Andrew? No. He said no.
Joe, long story short, the ATNs, when you know what you're using it for, they work out real well. It's not light. They're heavy. Takes a little bit getting used to as far as the menu system, things like that. But once you get it dialed in, it's on point. I'll tell you, I switch my scopes out. So I'm taking the ATN off, putting the Arkin on, or putting something else on, throw the ATN back on, boom, off we go. And you've got profiles, too, to switch them between different rifles.
Yeah. So, you know why I would want an ATN is for, like, my Texan. Because then when I go out deer hunting, I can record the entire, hunt. And then the impact, once I get my M3 and I put the 35 cal barrel back on that, I can use that for deer as well. Out of, like, say, a tree stand where I'm only shooting, 30 yards and taking headshots. Right. But, once again, I can plug it in and hit record and just be on my way. So, that's kind of why I think about, like, the ATN would be for one of those guns. Yeah. Or just swap it between them, because honestly, my bench gun, I'm probably going to stick with the Titan. The Titan is just such an impressive scope. It really, truly is. I love the reticle on it. I love my Athlon as well, but I don't know.
Oh, the lead time on the Arkins are down.
What is it now?
Depends on which one. They're saying if you want the SH4 Gen 2, the 4 through 16 mil dot, they're saying only 2 weeks out right now.
2 weeks?
And the 4 through 16 MOA, 7 weeks. Of course, the 6 through 24 mil and MOA are 10 weeks out. It's kind of funny we're chatting about them. I just got that's the thing with Arkin that's kind of cool because they have so much volume coming in and people saying, where's my blankety blank scope? If they get your email address once, essentially they just keep emailing you updates. So, yeah, they even gave me a $25 code. I may have to get myself on a list for another Arkin.
Now,
rumor has it, if you order one now, I think they're going to throw in the flip cap covers too, kind of for the weight. Yeah.
So, all right. So it looks like everybody's agreed YouTube. So we'll go ahead and stick with the YouTube Live. We'll do away with the Instagram unless I'm on the road. And actually now that I'm over 1,000 subscribers, thanks to Joe, I can actually go live from the road as well, which is kind of cool on YouTube. But we'll definitely run it another way. Let me check something real quick. I want to see if I can. See if I can.
Yeah, Nathan, they are heavy. The ATNs are heavy. Oh, I like that message, Joe.
There we go. Cool. Figured out how to do that. That was cool. What did Joe say? I spoke to Arkin 2 days ago. Better times are coming. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, man, I mean, everything I hear about the Arkins is just crazy. Oh, there you go. Hold on, Tim. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get me another Arkin. Oh, I mean, I'll tell you this: they survived Joe's nipple twister, so nothing bad about that.
So, for those of you that have been following along, you know I've been waiting on this.
Oh, you got that today? Is that today?
I the Challenger today. This is the 25 caliber AEA Challenger, and so far so good. So I do like it. I'm going to take it up to the range and do a little bit of target work with it. I just threw a UTG, just a cheap UTG scope on it, and Moose's birthday's in August. Who asked about my birthday?
They're about 450 if we're talking about the Arkins, Brandy.
Oh, yeah. But definitely a cool gun. I think I'm going to refinish the stock on it. The guy put in these, I don't remember what these things are called. They're for like the snap swivels. For,
yeah, the quick
indent things for your sling.
Yeah, sling.
And
quick
he kind of jacked one up. This one's in there good. This one's in there good. But I don't really like them, so I thought about taking them out and just filling them and then sanding this down and then just painting it, and just kind of getting rid of it because I'd use it. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to.
What do you think of the trigger on that one? Kind of the same.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like there's much of a first stage. It's just kind of pull and go. But overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the deal. I mean, I think I've made out. I had the Element that I got from Andrew, and I actually traded the Element for this, and the guy gave me a bunch of cash too on top of it. So kind of worked out good. He gave me
for that regulated Element. That's an $800 freaking air rifle, man.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who was asking about the AEAs though? I guess what do you want to know? I've had the Element. I've had the SS, the semi-autos. The semis are they're cool. I mean, I'll say it that way. They're cool. Like the HPSS, that little short pistol one. Put the stock on it. Really, really fun to pull the trigger. But yeah, they've got a couple issues they need to work through with the semis, and you see it randomly here and there. Not saying they're a bad deal, especially for the price. But if you get into the semis, just know there's going to be a time, even if it's not right now, you will have to take the thing apart. I'll just say it that way. You will have to take it apart.
So Joe just said, Moose, don't show a gun on live stream. But here's the funny thing. We tested that out a couple of weeks ago. Oh, all right. Maybe I need to back off because, all right, no more guns on live stream. But they don't seem to mind on Instagram. But but I did do it on my last stream and the stream before that as well. So I was testing the water to see if they would, ding me or whatever. But
so technically, you didn't show the whole thing. I mean, it's just
right. It was just parts of it.
Just the part.
Just parts. It is what it is. But yeah, but I don't want to be disabled from live streaming. That's for sure. So it was kind of neat that shit, I just lost my train of thought. Hold on, I'll get it back. Oh, I was going to talk about monetizing my YouTube videos because I was like, man, all I got to do is hit 1,000 subs. I'm about 500 hours short of being able to monetize. So,
yeah, Brandy, I've got my good pants on. I'm trying really hard.
Right.
Really hard.
I don't know if they necessarily care so much about what we talk about because I already do list my channel as not made for children.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, I definitely,
What Joe's saying is once you get Joe
once you get a bunch of users, or viewers, they're gonna start popping in to see. No, not $500 hours. 500 hours. You have to have 4,000 hours of watched videos, and I've got 3,500 hours of watched videos in 4 months. So I'm catching up quick. It just before I can monetize my videos and try to pull a little bit of money out of YouTube, I have to hit that magic number. So, but yeah, I'm not complaining. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate it, and and these lives help. Because as we go live for an hour, that counts towards my hours and stuff like that. But yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. But Nathan, you made a comment earlier, about the Cattlemans and the AEAs and stuff like that, and listen. At the end of the day, a lot of these new companies that are coming out really are not producing the greatest of guns. They really aren't. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that don't know any better and assume that an inaccurate gun is really a great buy. And there are a lot of really good $500-ish guns, cheaper than even a Cattleman, that are much more accurate and much more well-tuned. Crawl, for example, even some of the hot secrets, the Marauder. Once again, or the Avenger. You are never going to beat the Avenger or the Marauder in sub $500. You just won't. No. I don't care what other gun you go out and buy. You will never meet that quality and that accuracy that either one of those guns is capable of doing. I've had 5 Cattlemans, and not one of them shoots great groups. Not one. And it's not that they're bad guns. If you want to see, listen. If you think that shooting a pellet at 970 feet per second is good, you're wrong. It's not. They're very inaccurate at that point. But I will say that shooting a group of 1 inch, let's say 1 inch at 30 yards, while I wouldn't consider that accurate, as far as, like say my bench rest guns or shooting my Marauder. For hunting, it's spot on. They're really spot on. What's going on, Victoria?
Minute of squirrel. Yeah. And yet, Nathan, for the money, you can't. Something that's externally adjustable from a regular externally adjustable hammer. Yep. I'll tell you, when I had mine, it out to 50 yards, it's as accurate as my impact. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like it was accurate. It was very accurate for the money, and that was a rifle that it liked most ammo too. Like it liked almost everything you shoved into it. So
yeah. I mean, seriously, for $300 in an Avenger, and just like Andrew was saying, externally adjustable regulator, adjustable hammer spring. There's nothing on the market right now that can touch it.
Pick up the body adapter, throw a Tonto on the front of it.
Yep. And unfortunately, it's just fact. It's just fact. That's right, Tim A. But I think the Marauders are still made here in America, I believe. Now, when you look at like the Benjamin Aquila and the Benjamin Kratos and the Benjamin Caden, those are not. Those are made in Turkey in the Crawl factory.
That's not a bad deal either.
The Hudson Invader.
Oh, no, I was saying where the Marauder.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, Crawl makes some incredibly nice guns. Really nice guns. And the Hudson Invader. I've got a Hudson Invader in 25 cal, and for a semi-auto gun, it's stupid accurate.
Yeah.
It's stupid accurate.
No, I haven't, Jeff, but I'll have to check it out and see what you're chatting about.
Yeah, actually, Jeff and I just went through and kind of tuned his Avenger when we were at the range the other day. And how's it shooting now, Jeff?
Now, if I remember mine, about what, 2100 on the rig for the 25 cal, 26, 27 grain pellets.
Nice. Yeah, we actually got Jeff's to tune down quite a bit, and we're still shooting like 900 feet per second. And I mean, it was starting to really come together. So we were also shooting 100 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, no, on my Avenger, I primarily use the Sumo on that one. I like that one. Yeah.
And, you know, that's another thing, going back to moderators, is, you know, one moderator is not necessarily the answer for every gun. One gun might really like a tattoo, and where the next gun might not like the tattoo at all. It might do much better with, you know, a Tonto or something, you know. Ooh, my wife says she thinks she'll shoot when we get home tomorrow. That's awesome. Yep, Grandma's taking the boy for the night, so my wife and I are going to have another evening to ourselves. Thank you, Jesus. And, yep. Oh, one more time. Big shout out to Air Guns of Arizona for the hat, the shirt, and the amazing BSA gun. Thank you guys very much. If anybody from Air Guns of Arizona.
I haven't shot a hammer.
I have not shot a hammer either. And let me tell you, so when I bought my Texan, and originally I wanted a deer gun for here in Michigan. So my wife, speaking of tattoo, I know, honey, you want a tattoo. I looked at the Benjamin Bulldog, the Air Force Texan, and the Umarex hammer. Those were the three guns I was looking at. And even though I know that they're, you know, especially the Bulldog being 357, but I quickly ruled out the Benjamin Bulldog because I knew I wanted a larger caliber than 357. So it boiled down to the hammer or the Air Force Texan. And I ended up doing a lot of research, and that's another thing right there, Tim. The hammers had some issues, and it boiled down to I didn't want 50 caliber. I wanted 457, and so it made it really simple. And I'll tell you what, man, my Texan is the cat's ass in 457. At 50 yards, it's putting together groups like this. I mean, 50 yards, 457. I mean, it is a absolute beast. and just sick when it comes to power. I mean, you're talking almost 600 foot-pounds of energy out of that gun in a 350 grain slug, and it's awesome. But yeah, but I would still say that, I mean, I'm still interested in shooting a hammer.
Oh yeah,
I am definitely interested in shooting a hammer, but I'd also love to have a Benjamin Bulldog. And there's another one, the Dragon Claw 50, for sure, man. Especially with the arrow launcher on that thing.
The arrows, yep.
Man, like, oh my god. There's that one guy out there. I can't remember the dude's name. He has another YouTube channel, but all he does is shoot that Dragon Claw. And dude, they go all over the world and they shoot all kinds of different things.
I was watching his videos this past weekend, watching them just paint stuff with that thing.
Yeah, me too. They took down a water buffalo. I'm like, what the frick with the arrow? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, pass through deer. I mean, that thing is insane.
It is insane. Especially if you do the upgrade to it. Oh man, it's even more crazy. It's even more crazy. But man alive. Oh, dude. So for those of you that joined late, let me pull this up because I forgot homeboy's name. Eugene. Yep, Eugene McCafferty is our winner of our Cattleman T1 25 caliber, including a scope, all the stuff that comes with the Cattleman, and some whole targets. So I did send Eugene an email. He picked 1946, and the drawing number was 1933, and he was by far the closest. So congratulations once again to Eugene McCafferty for winning that beautiful Cattleman's gun. So I'm excited to hear back from him, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully he followed the rules and he's not in like Canada or something, because I can't ship to Canada. I can't ship out of the country.
I'm Facebook stalking him right now for you.
Gene McCafferty. Yeah, the 88 Zeus and the 72 cal. Dude, those slugs for that 72 caliber are crazy looking. They're like this big around and they're like this tall. I'm like, what the frick?
Looks like he's in Cali.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. That's just as bad. That's going to cost me $30-$40 to ship it, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. That's why we do this. And don't forget, the next giveaway is going to be for an Acelcon gun. And I still have to reach out to them and finalize the details. So once I know, you guys will know. But I'll try to reach out this week so that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, G-Man.
Yeah, G-Man.
Oh, you could have been the wiener. We would have figured out how to get it to you. It is 25 caliber. Yep.
Oh, speaking of whole targets.
There he is. The little man.
I like shooting the little ones better.
You know, me too.
Yeah.
I've actually got some really cool ones too, and I'm trying to think if I've got them right around me. But I've got some of the big rabbits. They're like this big. They're huge.
Well, you know,
they're monsters.
You have to shoot the big guys this weekend. I think when you let them sit, they kind of dry out a little bit more.
They do, and it's better. It's better. The longer you let them sit, the better they are for exploding.
Yeah.
So when they first come out of the oven, they're not dehydrated enough. So if you try to shoot them, a lot of times like it'll like kind of just like ooze and goose.
Yeah.
But as soon as they dry out, man, boom, that
reminds me. I never uploaded that footage of that when I went nuts on some of these things. Oh, I got some sweet slow-mo shots too, like just.
Oh yeah.
I do that this weekend. Yeah. No, I stuck the GoPro right next to him, then launched at him. So.
Right.
Exactly. They exploded a little bit.
Nathan says he grabbed the 22 because he's got way too much ammo in 22. There is no such thing as way too much ammo. Listen, like I said, I've got 30 tins of 30 caliber. I've got probably 20 tins of 25. I'm probably close to 30 and 22. And I've probably got 20 tins of 177. And probably 15 or 20 tins of 35. And about 3,000 rounds of 457.
Well, you're ready for zombies.
Exactly, dude. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, if the zombie apocalypse goes down, Moose is going to be all right. So everybody just come to my house. I got plenty of ammo. We'll sit on my roof. We'll break out the beers, and we'll just start popping zombies in the head and litter in my yard.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, actually, my M1. Oh, let me grab. Oh, I'm not going to show another gun, but we will on Instagram. But my M1, I actually saw that some of you guys were out there staining your stocks, and I actually stained the stock on my M1 ebony, and it looks sweet. It's nice and dark now. It's badass. And after a little bit of work on it, it's actually starting to shoot too.
Oh, you should see my winter setup, Joe. It's terrible. Freaking slide my basement door open, sit next to the fireplace in the snow.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
No, like seriously, like right over there is my door that leads out to the lake, and that's where my target is too.
Yeah.
So I literally just sit inside, and if I have to, I put the heater down by my feet.
Oh yeah. No, I'm in the basement right now, but the first basement, that's where my door and my fireplace are. Oh yeah. Yeah. Open that damper wide open, slide that door open, have at it. Have a good time.
Nice and warm. Yep. Absolutely. Nathan says he might be weird, but he wants to lighten his. No, man. Listen, I thought about doing that too. I thought about like just sanding it and putting some tung oil on it, trying to keep it a little bit lighter than, dude, listen, it's Turkish walnut. I mean, it's going to be inherently dark.
M&B shooting 1/4-inch groups at 100 yards, baby. Woo!
Yeah, right.
RMAC champion.
RMAC standing up champion.
Yeah, I keep refreshing. See when they open up registration for that sucker.
Yeah. I still can't believe that people even watch M&B.
I was just saying, Carl, you've been waiting for that Maverick for years, it feels like.
You're still waiting on a Maverick? Listen, Mr. Carter, cancel your order with whoever you got it through. There are people out there with lots of Mavericks.
Yeah.
I mean, they are not hard to come by anymore.
Does Tom have any?
Tom, I don't think has any Mavericks right now, but I know that there is a few places out there that do have them. And honestly, I mean, at this point, you might as well buy an M3. Cancel your order and buy an M3. You can still buy M3s. No, dude, shots aren't real, dude. When have you ever seen that dude shoot where you can actually see the target downrange and he's actually shooting?
Yeah, Nathan, the Leshy 2 is on my list of things I want. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Yeah.
That one up on AGN, man. I just can't right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to so bad.
Maverick 30 caliber sniper order from Pyramid. So, all right, guys, listen. You can't order those guns from Pyramid or any of those places where they have 200 people in waiting lists.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get one, they're going to have the Maverick MK2 out. You got to start looking for the smaller shops.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I just sold a Maverick.
I mean, shoot, I had a line for my Maverick.
Right. Me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shit, I hadn't even listed it for sale. People were putting their names on the list.
Right. Tim, what are you hunting with your air gun that you require a ton of power for? Just curious.
I mean, knowing that, Carlos, I'll keep my eye out. If I see anything, I'll hit you up, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong, Maverick's a sweet gun.
It is a sweet gun. But then somebody I know turned me on to impacts.
Not it.
He said, not it.
I remember somebody called me crazy for buying an impact right after the Maverick.
I don't know if I called him crazy. Well, I probably did.
Yeah.
I probably did say you're crazy. Oh, you crazy Asian, you're buying a freaking impact.
It's got a dual rig.
Well, it did set the precedent, so didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with my Maverick. I just wasn't shooting it anymore. Nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah.
That's really what it boiled down to. Is it was just sitting there. I was shooting the impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you got to keep in mind too. I'm a tinker. I like tinkering with stuff. I like taking stuff apart and fiddling with it. And I'll tell you, if I had to choose, and you weren't a tinker, I'd push people towards the Maverick. Honestly. Yeah. Even the M3 Impact. Just think about all the stuff you have to take apart if something goes down on that sucker. The Maverick's just so less of a complicated design if you had to do something to it too.
So Billy says his Maverick outshoots all three of his friends' Impact Mark IIs. That's not true, Billy. You outshoot all three of your friends.
Mm-hmm. Or they don't know how to tune.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can tell you, my Impact can outshoot my Maverick. They are pricey. They are definitely pricey.
Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't feel bad settling with a Maverick. I think the only difference is I like to change things up a lot, so it's easier to retune the Impact for me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's easier to get it dialed in for a certain pellet, a certain slug. Versus, the Maverick, I have to play a little bit more of a trial and error game to try to get it back to where it was. Yeah, that sounds about right, Nathan. Think of it this way, man. I think I bought my first PCP August of 2020.
I think I bought my first PCP right around that same time.
Yeah. And since then, it's been the Origin, the Avenger, HPSS, the Element. Was it two? Is this my third? No, 2 impacts or 3 impacts, a Maverick. What else have I gone through? I don't know. Gone through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, let's see, I've got a 25 caliber gauntlet, a 25 caliber Invader, a 22 caliber Bull Boss, a 25 caliber Walter Rain, the M1, the T1, Impact, BSA,
Texan,
the Texan, the Challenger, another Impact, and
you sold a bunch of stuff almost a little bit too.
and a Marauder. And I've still sold a bunch of stuff. Those are just the ones I still have left.
Oh yeah, Carlos, if that's you, the Maverick, you'll find nothing wrong with the Maverick. I'll just tell you that. Nothing will be wrong with it.
No.
You won't regret it a minute. Like Nathan's purchases you've made that you're like, why did I do that? Well, there's a reason when I buy accessories, I go on Amazon. Because I can retract those why did I do that statements.
Right. Yeah. Well, I used to, and then I started buying expensive accessories.
Yeah.
And now I'm like crazy about them. But what air gun have I ever bought that I just said, why did I do that?
For me, it was my AEA, the HPSS. I was like, why did I buy this thing?
You know,
like, it's fun to play with, but after that, it was like, why did I buy this thing?
Mine was probably the Wildcat Compact. Well, I really loved that gun. At the same time, I really wanted to. I had an opportunity between that, the Wildcat Sniper, and the Daystate Huntsman Revere regulated. And I wish I would have bought the Daystate.
No, I sold the HPSS, if that's what you're asking about, Nathan. For me, at least.
What gun are you talking about, Nathan? The FedEx and UPS guy came by and checked on you. Oh, he was talking about the SS.
Yeah. Yeah, the trigger is not great. You know, I even took the trigger out of it and did a, polish on it and made it a little smoother. Ended up replacing the spring so it's not like a 5 freaking pound pull on the damn trigger. And the magazines, as cool as they look, they like to jam up. And it's really weird because it's unregulated. So technically you can fill them to like 250 bar, but they don't guarantee the semi-auto is going to work at a higher fill pressure. So it has to be shot within a certain range. And with the HPSS, I had mine in 25. You were lucky if you got 2 mags out because it's just a little shorty cylinder on it. They've got some cool stuff. Donnie made like a shroud moderator adapter for it, so you can still find those here and there.
I want to find a moderator adapter for the Challenger because that thing is loud.
Hit Donnie up. I think he's got them for that, but he doesn't have them on the site. So I think if you hit him up, he might have them for the Challenger. Right. Yeah, just not listed.
Nathan?
Now the trigger on the Element, I like the trigger on the Element. Once I was done with that thing, that thing was pretty smooth.
That was a nice trigger.
Yeah, that one was a nice trigger. Yeah, I had because that one I had taken out moves, and the reason it was darker, I mollied it after I got it polished up, so it had the dry molly on it.
Right.
And,
yeah, I need to do the trigger on the Challenger for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It is a cool gun, though, man. It is pretty cool. And I had a gap for another 25 cal. Nathan, have you ever pulled the trigger on a Benjamin Marauder?
No, there you go.
Oh, at least a 35. Yeah, mine's a 25, but whatever. I don't know what the lag is. Nathan, did you hear my question?
Yeah, I think.
I think there's a lot of lag. Go pull the trigger on the Benjamin Marauder. That will ruin you for all triggers. It's the reason that I compare everything sub $1,000 to the Marauder.
I mean, that's my one gripe. That if the M3 fixes this, I'll be sold. I'm not a super huge fan of the impact trigger.
No, me either. I can tell you my Maverick was way nicer of a trigger.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't like how you can't. I mean, and I can tell because on this one, when I got this one, I went to go adjust because I like that light second stage with the impacts. I've learned you can't go much down, below a pound, even when they can because the trigger gets wonky. But yeah, dude, they Loctite the shit out of that.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. You want to talk about a trigger? Go pull the trigger on a BSA.
Well, I was gonna say that BSA must just be.
Listen, dude, that trigger it's so light, and the first stage is actually heavier than the second stage, but you can feel when it hits that break point.
Yeah.
And I mean, a mouse could fart next to you and it goes off. I mean, it's insane. The only thing I want to do with the BSA is I want to get one of the ball bearing trigger shoes instead of like the trigger shoe itself. They actually make the little ball bearing adapters. And I just don't know where to find one yet, but I will. I'll get to the bottom of it. Somebody's going to know the answer to that question. And because I see there's guys on YouTube that have the BSAs, and that's what they run. But that's what I want to put on my BSA. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've never pulled a Daystate trigger, not as far as like a Daystate, Red Wolf or something like that. But that BSA by a long shot is the greatest trigger I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah, I wish, Joe, impacts never go on sale unless they roll out a new model and dealers are trying to clear them. It's like expensive cars. They hold their resale, unfortunately.
Yeah, they do. I'm going to tell you right now, Nathan, no bullshit. You buy a Marauder, you will never, ever, ever, ever regret it. They are insanely accurate, insanely smooth shooting guns. And I mean, they're not even regulated either. Well, you can get the field in, what is it, the field in something version, and it's regulated. But just to show you, like for shooting field target, I'm actually building a 177 Synrod, which is just a synthetic stocked version of the Marauder, and I'm going to put a Boyd stock on it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Gammo myself, but I am going to be getting a couple to review, and they're being given to me. Actually, no Marauders have green mountain barrels anymore. They don't make the barrels for the Marauders anymore. At least that's what the website says. Yeah, the P-Rod. I want a Woods Walker, something freaking fierce. Definitely want a Woods Walker in a P-Rod. 25 cal. That's another good barn gun. It's too late, Jeff. I already got it. Yeah, 25 caliber Marauder, man. Booyah! Here comes Idaho. Says he's going to get a Benjamin Marauder 257. Hells yeah, my friend. Nathan, they are, dude, steer clear. Buy yourself a crawl. Buy yourself a crawl puncher breaker. You'll be much happier. I'm not getting blue. I'm getting the Boyd stock that Tom actually has up at his shop. You'll never regret it, Nathan. Yeah, Matt, I've heard the same thing, dude, that the Boyd stocks don't shoulder as well as the originals. Yeah, Jeff.
See you, Nathan.
Yeah, take care, Nathan. We'll be doing this 5 nights a week. Get Tom Holland in here. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it much more. But it is 10:10, and it's 9:10 over in Andrew Land. But we both have kids that probably need to be put to bed sooner than later. I need to say prayers with my son. So I want to thank everybody for joining once again. Congratulations to our winner, and we'll get that out to him as soon as he contacts me back with his address. But with that being said, I'm Moose. This is Air Guns Michigan. That's Andrew. Or that way is Andrew. I don't know which way I'm pointing. That looks
You're
like
actually leaning the same way on this thing, by the way.
Do what?
We lean the same way.
I'm actually leaning the other way. I'm actually leaning to my right. It looks like I'm leaning to my left on there. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch up with you guys later on. And once again, exactly, congratulations, Eugene, for your win. And we'll see you guys Monday night here, YouTube Live. And maybe we'll get Andrew back Monday night. Until then, take care. See ya.